Hello.
Hey there.
Hey everyone.
Yeah. Can you hear me, by the way?
Yep, I
Yeah.
can hear you.
Okay.
So I don't have much on the agenda today. I know Hendrik has a couple topics, but I don't think he'll be able to join today. Uh, so I'll have to wait till next week. Just give it like another minute or so.
You sound kind of sick, Rob.
Yeah, yeah, I've been sick all weekend. I'm finally on the up, but yeah, still stuffed up a little bit, but have enough energy to actually do things again. So
I think we also have some viruses going around here in Bulgaria. So get well.
yeah, yeah, thanks. Yeah, I think it was the 5 day trip to Denver and then coming back and had a few drinking nights with buddies, and yeah, that's just a recipe for sickness. So,
How are computer guys? Are they doing okay?
what was that?
How are computer guys? Are they doing okay?
Kabila.
Yeah, Kabila, yeah.
They're doing well. Yeah, I saw them at Eat Denver. They were at the Hedera booth, so I was able to talk to them for a little bit. But yeah, they were saying everything from their side has been really good. Um, you know, using the SDK has been solid after the couple breaking changes we had last year, but they've had no problems since then.
Did they mention something about Rust? Because I know they were exploring the Rust SDK and prompted me for some problems there, so I had to fix them. I'm interested if they're working with it currently.
I didn't talk to them specifically about Rust. I don't think they brought it up. I know they have been kind of expanding. Like I think they have like a marketplace now. Um, so that might be part of that sort of expansion they're doing.
Yeah.
Um, I did talk with them too about. I know we were doing like um, meetings with them and then other uh, uh, like dApps and wallets in the Hedera space. I did talk to them about potentially bringing those back if they wanted. They said they might be interested. So maybe that's something we could start up again, starting have discussions with them and HCraft and other use cases. Um, but yeah, that's maybe something we can discuss later. All right, let's we can just hop right into it now. Again, there's not really too much today. A lot of the topics Hendrik wanted to bring, but he's not gonna be able to join today. So we just hop right into the SDK updates. Maybe did JavaScript want to go first?
Yeah, so basically for the past week, we have been working on some of the good first issue stuff. Let me check what Venerant told me. Yeah, so basically he was doing some templates, and he said he's doing some diverse beginner issues. He's finding some stuff that users can work on, not just the typos, but some other changes that they can do. We also merged our first good first issue PR. We merged the hooks, by the way, and we did the release. We released a beta version. Yeah, because I'm not sure if it's. Yeah, I just wanted to check and just release a beta first. Um, Other than that, I have been doing some CI optimizations. Basically, we were doing some unnecessary steps, like we're building the protobufs on every task build. Basically, we were downloading the protobufs every time, although they were basically static and the same. And it was taking a lot of our time. And other changes than that. Yeah, our examples were running not in parallel, and it was taking a lot of time. It was taking like 25 minutes, around 25 minutes, and a couple more changes. One more thing that I remember was that I fixed another unnecessary step. We were building the SDK before the script before the tests, and this made no sense because we use the source files when we run the tests, and we don't need to build the SDK itself. Other than that, we had a lot of dependable PRs. We maybe merged like 60 or 70 dependable PRs because we're doing some changes to the dependable to the bot dependable, and it created two times 40 PRs, and yeah, we had to merge a lot of PRs. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the past week. This is basically from our side. Maybe other people can. Georgia, what about you?
Well, specifically on SDK issues, nothing, but I've been exploring and playing around with some AI agents working with the SDK repositories. I still haven't had the time to describe it as a process and stuff like that, but maybe at some point in the future I'm gonna mention about it. Otherwise, I think uh, I've mostly been looking at one of some of the PRs in C++, which Rob has pinged me about the automation bots, and in Rust, I think Venom is uh, working on the GFI initiative. So I think that's about it.
Oh yeah, one more thing. We also merged the issue with receipts. Basically, before the receipts were only querying on one node, the one that we've sent transaction to, and now we've made it so if a user wants to, he can query on multiple nodes, not just the one that he's sent the transaction to. I think the other SDKs did it too. Some of them, I think.
Yeah, I actually implemented that for Rust. Maybe that's an important update for Rust. And we should do it in C++ as well, but I don't know if we have an issue created for that. I should see.
I think we do. I think Venlin created issues in every SDK for it. Um,
Okay. Well, it's gonna be a quick fix. Maybe I can hop on it because I haven't been that active in C++ lately.
okay. Yeah, that sounds good. Question about the JS fixes real quick. So, well, you mentioned that you're trying to find ways to, I guess, cache the proto buffs in CI. Did you mention that was only going to be in CI, or is that going to be like a local thing too? Because that's something I've noticed trying to build JS locally is that it can take a while building the proto buffs. I just didn't know if that was going to be only in CI or would work locally too.
Not just in CI. Basically, we did it every time we run the build command. Uh, we don't download every time the protobuffs anymore. We used to do that. I don't remember why. Maybe it was because at some point I remember that we were building the latest commit in main, and maybe this is why we used to build the protobuffs on every task build. I might be wrong. I don't remember. It was a long time ago. But yeah, now we kind of cache it. Not just not cache it, but we keep it on the disk, so we don't need to download it every time. And yeah,
Okay.
so basically both in CI and locally, you don't have to download the protocols anymore. We have created a new command that you can basically call update protobuffs, and it will update the protobuffs then, but not on every build.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. So is the update proto buffs like will that primarily be used for I guess like when we need a new version of proto buffs for like a hip we're working on, like you just run that command and it pulls them
Yeah,
and does all that. Okay.
yeah, exactly. For example, when the hooks were released, we will just if let's say there is a new heap, we will just update with the new commit hash that we have to pull the protobuf from, and then call the update protobuf script.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, the Swift has something similar to that and it's pretty convenient. So that sounds great.
Yeah.
Cool. Are there any updates you guys have about Java or Go?
For Java, I think they were basically doing the first issues initiative, and some stuff that Hendrix um, has worked on. He was doing some good practices for Java,
Okay.
and I think Musi is working with Henrik on that. For
Okay.
Go, I don't know, maybe Georgie can give an update if he knows.
For Go, I think Go is a little bit stale at the moment. Vanko is focusing on onboarding Musi and showing him around the Java SDK and also reviewing his work there. So I think Go, I don't know if there's any priority issue, even if you've heard. Um, I think there should also be an implementation there for that multiple node submission for the receipts, but I haven't checked it actually. So I think I'm going to have to see.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't think we have this functionality in Go.
I can follow up. I've been contributing to Go as well, so I'm gonna see, and if it's not implemented, I'm gonna work around it as well.
Okay.
Cool. Sounds good. So it sounds like if Rust and Java are kind of starting on their GFI initiatives, sounds like Go might just be the last one then.
Yeah, I think I have the proper permissions, so I guess I would be able to create those labels which you guys have created and templates. So yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, again, if there's the um, it sounds like we're in general moving in that direction. Um, and yeah, I mean, if there's free time to kind of start that, that'd be great. Then we could have all SDKs offering good first issues. I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I think the last few days I've been having more free time, so maybe tomorrow I will start with moving towards those labels and GFI stuff in Go.
Nice, awesome.
By the way, Rob, we have a issue in the JS SDK that says at UTF-8 test to RN. I don't know what RN is. Is it relay network? I don't know what is RN. RN. I don't know.
There was what was the
Um,
issue?
it's basically the last one,
The last one.
the third page. No, third page.
So on the last page.
Yeah, yeah, that one.
Uh,
Do you know what is this?
area tested already. I have no idea.
I don't know what is this RN. What the...
Yeah, I do not know. ACC, React
Oh, not
Native.
me. Oh,
Uh,
ah,
you test for a wide variety of things already in React Native test. Yeah,
okay.
that's what it seems like to me. No, I mean, I want to look at this though and make sure it's not stale. Tests could have been added. This was back like 5 years ago, so
No, it's okay. We'll check it. No need for you to do anything. We can fix it. I think I know what this issue is about, but basically Expo had a lot of issues, and when I joined in, it didn't work at all, and maybe it might be fixed. I think this might be fixed.
okay.
And yeah,
Yeah, there was like when I was like looking through C++ like a couple weeks ago, there was just like a bunch of stale stuff that had already been fixed in other issues. So
yeah,
um, yeah, it was kind of nice to be able to close all those issues out. I think we went down from like 50 issues to like 35 or something.
yeah. It was nice, like popping up
Yeah.
info.
Yeah. Okay. Um. Oh, Georgie, I was going to ask you. You talked about looking into some AI agents to help uh, with these. I guess what kind of agents were you looking at, and like what kind of help were you looking into with that? I'm just curious.
Well, I was just playing around with OpenClaw.
Oh, okay. So
Uh,
like try to have it like do like kind of reviews or
well, basically, yeah, but it can also do other stuff as well. It can contribute as well.
okay.
But it's still not tested enough from my perspective. Defining a pipeline like that is kind of complicated, so I have to play around with it a bit more. But yeah, it's basically using OpenClaw and the GitHub APIs and stuff like that. With and for an LLM, you could probably use some of Anthropic's stuff, maybe Opus 4.6 or something like that, and it works really well.
Nice. Yeah, that sounds cool. Yeah, I think we do have like an AI quest coming up at some point.
Yeah,
Um,
maybe.
I think it was supposed to be like last month, but it keeps like, getting pushed out. But yeah, I definitely. I've had the same thought too of how we can integrate more AI into our workflows. Um, that's kind of what I was thinking I would look into whenever we start that quest. But yeah, it just hasn't started yet.
Yeah, by the way, if I don't know if you're gonna play around with it anyway, maybe we can collaborate on that when the quest starts.
Yeah, That
I
sounds good.
already have some stuff in mind and some playgrounds, so I guess it's gonna be easy.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
We're getting
Um,
quite close to prompting CodeRabbit to look at the raw proto buffs.
I'm sorry, Chuck.
Um, so we use CodeRabbit as an
Yeah.
AI planner and reviewer, and right now it automatically posts on our issues for the beginner, good first issues and stuff for a plan, and it also reviews for requests. I want to improve the reviews. Right now, it's really good at like finding code errors, but it's not so good at knowing what the protobuf requires. So we've like I've got a couple things going on behind the scenes, but we are getting really close to just finding a way for it to be able to research what the protobufs are, the right ones, and then compare a file and its difference with that. So that also looks quite promising. I think that can be done. Need to see how effective it will be. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm
Um,
Uh,
I'm back in East London where the races are. Need to
yeah,
see
perfect.
how effective it is, but so far the initial trials suggest that it's actually able to pick out like when you name things wrong and things like that. So yeah.
yeah, that's one of the things. That's basically one of the capabilities you can set up for an AI agent, but it could do a lot more, basically.
Hmm. Yeah, I think I read the meeting minutes from last Monday's meeting. Did you guys talk about Code Rabbit and how we could apply it to all our SDKs? I think Angie, were you a part of that conversation?
Yes. Oh, sorry, I'm in a car. Last week I think it was for Venelin and two other people from the meeting. I had did a brief kind of like demo of Coder Rabbit, just more or less explaining how do we input the instructions, how do we prompt the rabbit to review what it is specifically, how nitpicky or how light can it be. I am happy to do a demo of that again for those that are interested, and I can also share the link for last week's recording as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
we've
mean,
had. Oh, sorry, Rob.
I was just gonna say we probably just if you already did a demo, we could probably just go back and look at um, the meeting recording. Um,
Okay.
yeah, I guess my main thing would be if like I want to know like kind of how to configure it. Which if you went over it then again, I could just go through the meeting recording.
Yeah, it's not difficult at all. It more or less just has one file. I think it's the title to be exact is code rabbit.yaml, and then that is where you would put all of the instructions for what you want it to review specifically. You can keep them general. I think there was a concern from, I want to say, Vanillin on how, I guess, how nitpicky or how light can we make it. So that more or less just comes down to the kind of instructions we want to put in there and what the SDKs would like to be more nitpicky towards when it comes to their reviews.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think maybe Evilo had some concerns about that too. Okay, yeah. Again, if you went over it in the meeting, you can just go back and watch that recording again.
Okay. If there's any questions on it, please feel free to ping me in Discord. I'm happy to answer, help configure it to whatever specifications needed.
Yep. And I think all we need is Jessica to basically approve it for each SDK. Yeah, because she approved it for C++ and Swift, and then it just like started immediately. I didn't know. I thought there would be had like some configuration or something before that, but she like turned it on and started reviewing everything. I was like, oh, actually, maybe not yet. Um, but yeah, I think all we would need is just to ask her, and she can turn it on. So um, yeah, I guess. Are there any updates from Python SDK?
think the guy that supports the actually maybe Sophie can. I was gonna
Yeah,
say that
Oh yeah, Sophie, I didn't know if you wanted to share about that. I can share a few of them unless you want to go ahead. Oh, she's
Yeah,
typing in the
go for it.
chat.
Thank you.
Yeah. Let me see the chat. Go ahead. If you're yeah, so the what she was saying, the when you do turn on the bot, it does do it automatically for you. So just be prepared for that. Um, and then in terms of just Python in general, we did go ahead and release a new version of the changelog. So we have decided to consolidate that just a bit. We have found that with last entries, the changelog was quite long, and it just it was a little bit too much in just one release. So we have decided to try to consolidate this and limit it to source code changes. Additionally, Manish has gone and updated some of our dependencies. Thank you, Manish. And trying to remember, want to say there was one last thing with automation, but I know you're working on that. Sophie, what was? There's one more thing that I can't remember. I think it had to do with automation. Uh, oh, okay, okay. Oh, yes. More or less just trying to automate their PR reviews. The other thing I had wanted to bring up uh, was possibly trying to minimize the amount of comments and things that the AIs are leaving. The AIs are doing a great job of doing it. However, what myself and a few other people are starting to find is that with more comments and more of the suggestions, it just takes a little longer for the pages to render, and sometimes all of the content doesn't appear as quickly. So well, I should say me more or less. I've been trying to figure out if we can maybe decrease some of that noise and just limit it to anything that's critically necessary for the reviews. Um, but beyond PR, automation, and reviewing, I believe that was it, unless Sophie, there is something I'm missing. Yes. Okay. So, yep, I think that's it in terms of the Python side of things.
gotcha. Yeah, I saw you did I think it was like a 1.10 release, and uh, yeah, I think it had like over 200 like merged commits or something. Um, so
Yeah.
uh, I applaud you on that one. That would have been tough.
Thank
Um,
you.
uh, yeah, I don't know. So I know other SDKs usually try and do a release like every 2 weeks, assuming we have enough content to warrant a release. Um, Maybe that's something you guys would want to consider doing as well, just to prevent those situations from happening again. Or
Yes,
it'd probably be something you could get an AI to automate, possibly. Um, yeah,
yeah, that might be where we end up. We found that with documentation changes and everything else, it just made it just quite long. But
yeah,
we were fortunate enough to get through it, and Sophie was a very big help with that. Thank you so much.
Great. Okay, cool. I can do updates for Swift C++. So Swift, there's not really much going on there. I have good first issues, beginner issues opened. I've had some contributors come in, maybe like mm, three, three or four in the past couple weeks. Um, but other than that, I haven't had much to work on there. I've mostly been focusing at the C++ automation, just trying to get that um, get that rolling more and more consolidated. Um, I think what I'm going to work on next is I think I have all the commit checks, so like the DCO, GPG, so on and so forth, good to go. Um, I think next checks I'm going to add are making sure a issue is issue is always linked to a pull request, and uh, I think kind of what I need to think about more is other commands that we can make available to um, to PR authors to kind of help streamline maintain review. So I'm kind of thinking we want to do something like maybe like a slash help command, so we can add like a help wanted tag to a PR if someone is stuck, or like a slash ready to basically say, you know, a reviewer has addressed all the you know, feedback that has been left in a PR and it's ready to review again. So that'll just be like a tag update. Um, that's kind of currently what I'm thinking. I think I'm going to implement those and see how they work out. So it'll be kind of like a trial and error thing. But I think that could help maintainers a bit more in terms of, you know, being able to see exactly like what PRs need their help and their attention just from the pull request menu or drop down. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking at the moment, and I will, you know, keep you guys updated on how that goes. I think that's it for C++ and Swift. Any other last minute updates from anyone about anything? Okay, cool. This second one here, this is something I think I kind of want to start doing in every meeting. Just go through the SDK Hub PRs really quick and you know, see if there's any discussion that needs to happen on any of these. Again, I think most of these are Hendrix. I think he has like, yeah, like 5 or 6 here. So, you know, we can wait the next week for those. But I think this would be a good way to kind of encourage more discussion about SDK designs every week. Just go through what we have here. So this first one was a block node design, which I added last week. So we have block nodes coming up on mainnet in, I think they're aiming for June or July. So that'll mean they're probably going to hit testnet in May. Yes, this design incorporates everything needed to offer, or well, to get the full breadth of capabilities that block nodes offer to an SDK user. Actually, sorry, I take that back. This first design is only going to be about half the capabilities. This is what has been given to me by the Blocknode team to as like the priority one APIs. So these are, let's see, where would they be? Also, this doc is about 3,000 lines. So I'm also speaking with the Blocknode team about uh, what in here is actually needed, because there are a lot of things that were initially just uh, a lot of things in here that were initially part of internal consensus node, basically state tracking, and a lot of that is being exposed now, um, as a part of these block node interactions. Um, so the three basic queries that we're gonna try and implement are the server status query, which is basically just um, you get the status of the block node server. So it describes exactly well, you can kind of see right here. So you're able to get or it describes what blocks are available to get from that block node. Um, if that block node only has the latest state, um, um, or the latest block, and then the block node versions that it has. It also has a get block query, which is basically just whatever block you want to get. It'll return that block and its response code. So actually, this block item is what contains pretty much all of the new APIs that are defined in this HIP or in this design, which is about 150 new APIs. And the last one is the block stream query. So I had an idea here, since we already have a streaming query with our topic message query. We can abstract some of that away into this new stream query abstraction to basically have all that streaming logic held in one API, and then the new block stream query will be able to just worry about what blocks you want to get. So these are the three main queries that this design doc will go over, and then pretty much all the rest are variations of data that will be in a block itself. So when you just use a block query, everything defined here is what can go in that block. And again, it's a lot, and I really, if possible, like, again, this is like almost 150 new APIs. I would like to be able to roll this out maybe in different stages if we can, because 150 is an insane amount to do in one go. But I am going to be working with the Blocknode team on this to see if there's any way we can roll this out over a more extended period of time. But has anyone had the chance to look through this yet? Have any questions or concerns of anything?
I haven't, but I will take a look at it.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, once we get some more eyes on that, we can maybe go over it again next week.
But a quick question since we're here. Hendrik pinged me on Discord, I think, for reviewing V3 SDK V3 stuff. Which stuff? When I went to the PRs, I didn't see anything related to that, or am I missing something?
I don't think so. I think, yeah, like, I would expect, JS maintainers, Java maintainers to check out these ones, and then I've already looked at the Swift one. Um, was there anything specific he was referring to?
It was about some language rules or stuff like that. Maybe I should see. Just a sec.
Oh, maybe because I know he added these. Where would they be, guys? I know he added these like initial versions of these API best practices here. Um,
Yeah, maybe it was that. Just a second, I'm gonna see. Yeah, so uh language guidelines, but I didn't find such.
um, yeah, so I think he's been slowly opening PRs for these in all languages. Um, I know he added these initial um, best practices here for each language. Basically, how I understand it is it's just laying out best practices for how to basically convert this API guideline that we use in all of our design docs into uh, actual like code for each language. So I know he's been doing a lot in Java, um, but yeah, he for I know so like for example we have like an immutable tag that we define in the API guidelines. So basically, this section defines how in Java um, this immutable tag should be, um, I guess, used or converted into Java code. Um, so I think it's just kind of like a rule defining thing, and probably something that could be fed into an AI that could very easily just convert our design docs into code, um, following these best practices here. Um,
Yeah.
so I'm guessing that's probably what he meant. Um, again, so like for Rust, for example, like he just went through, did the initial type mapping. It looks like, but there's lots of other tags in the API guideline that probably have uh, more rules and things that need to be associated with those.
Oh,
Um,
okay. I don't think. Have you done such a thing for there's a C++ MD.
yeah, I haven't looked at this yet myself. Um, yeah, this is something I need to do too. It's just not been high on the priority list for me.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, this is um, something we should be doing. But yeah, I'd say the priority is low at the moment. Um, okay. Yeah, all these are Hendrix. I've had this GitHub labels one open for a while. I put this back to draft, just because I think maybe some of the stuff I defined here it isn't necessary to be standardized. So I'm still kind of working through that at the moment. Um, I'll open that back up for PR or for review sometime down the line. I might close this actually. I don't know if it doesn't need to be here at the moment. Um, and oh, this one has been open for a while now. I think Venlin took this one over. Um, this is basically, I think this was already implemented in JS. It's basically just, uh, um, I think that in JS, this is like what define like the for mainnet async for testnet async. Um, I think this is just kind of formalizing that into all the other SDKs as well. I don't know if the other SDKs have implemented this, um, or if they have, great. If not, then I think this design doc should uh, specify that, especially like what that should look like. Um, do you guys know if Venolin has taking time to look at this. I think I just had one comment here, but I think for the most part this looked pretty good.
Mm, I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Maybe I'll just ping him about this again.
Yeah.
We can close this. Yeah, I think it's pretty much good to go. Okay. All right. I mean that was it for the meeting. Did anyone else have any other topics they wanted to bring up?
Not from my side.
No, I'm all set.
All right. Sounds good. All right, we'll call it here. Thanks for joining, guys. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
See you.
Bye. Thank you.